Now it's perfect.
Now it's better. So thank you again, Steve. Please let me know if there is any issue with the audios or something like that. Thanks, first of all, to Composite United for inviting me, give me the opportunity to give this speech. I'm very happy about this. As briefly said by Steve, I'm going to talk about the activity of innovative recycling, an SME placed here in Ticino, about the recycling of carbon fibers. And I have I will say a lot about the company, but just a few words about myself. As Steve anticipated, I got a role in the innovative recycling, or let's say better, innovative recycling is part of an holding, the holding called Business Grow, and I am in the board of directors of that holding as a scientific and technological advisor. In other words, I'm trying to support them in defining their mid and long-term strategy in R&D activities and product development. On a day-by-day life, I am a professor of polymeric material at SUBSE, and I'm the head of the polymeric engineering laboratory, which is the role this is the reason why innovative recycling came to me, because a few years ago they need some support from our side, and at the end I was involved directly in this activity. So today my hat is of board of directors of Business Grow, and therefore I'm talking on behalf of innovative recycling. So let me say a few words as I briefly anticipate. Innovative recycling is a small enterprises places in Ticino, in Manno, very close to my university, but it's part of a group, of an holding. And the holding has production plants spread around Europe, in Italy, in the east of Europe, and two are going to be built, one in Germany and one in Croatia. I will say a few words about those plants at the end of my presentation, but just to give you the flavor, this small company, Innovative Recycling, has been growing on since I would say the beginning of 2000, but nowadays is part of a big group. What does innovative recycling? What does innovative recycling do? Innovative recycling was born to recycling dry carbon fiber scraps down to three main products: carbon non-woven, short carbon fibers, chopped fibers, let's say, and milled carbon powder. This is still the core business, the core activity of innovative recycling, which has been, and this innovative recycling activity, these products have been then integrated in the holding, finding their own application. So let's go through the few words about the story of this company, which is, I would say, recent. In 2013, the founders of Innovative Recycling achieved the first results, providing the very first carbon non-woven products. From the 2013 up to 2016, they optimized and built up the very first pilot production plant, which was in place here in Manno. The plant is protected by patents. It's a proprietary process. It's basically a mechanical process without any chemical or thermal treatments. Since the 2016 up to now, the innovative recycling were capable to provide non-woven, chopped, and powders, and start to build up a series of cooperation with some important partners. One of these cooperation led to the most recent evolution of innovative recycling in partnership with Microtex Composites. We decided to build up a new production plant in Germany to concentrate our capability of non-woven manufacturing. Also, Microtex Composite developed its own non-woven process and we are joining our capability in this new plants that should be ready by will be end up for the end of this year. So as you see, it's a small company growing and evolving. Now I would like to briefly give you some description about the products of innovative recycling. Afterwards, some example of our application. So one of the first, absolutely the first product we developed was the carbon non-woven. Nowadays, the portfolio of this product has been enlarged. In these years, we develop and improve our process. And nowadays, we are offering, together with, in cooperation with Microtex, a portfolio. This is just as some of the products that we can provide, a portfolio of carbon non-woven, coming from the two technology, innovative recycling and Microtex. And as I said, we are joining our efforts in this new industrial plan in Germany in a few months from now. And this is just a list of our carbon non-wovens. You can see we can manage different grams per square meters with two different width, 100 and 2070 millimeters or 200 and 2200s. In the plant in German, we will also possible to provide 130 grams per square meter up to 600 grams per square meters. Nowadays, our capability is around 5,000 square meter per month, roughly, in our industrial plant here in Manno, just to give you the flavor about our production capability. The other two products I mentioned at the beginning that were, consequence of the processing of dry carbon fibers is the chopped carbon fibers, that we do provide this chopped carbon fibers if required with the proper and tailor-made sizing and with tailor-made length. At the moment, just give you some examples about the chopped fibers we have in our portfolio. Our production capability is about 5 tons per month. But of course, let me stress this point, we are working on a tailor-based request. So usually we figure out with our customer which kind of sizing, which kind of size the chopped carbon fibers are needed, and we can adjust our product. We do believe in this kind of customizing approach with our customer. So this is the other product, and the milled carbon powder. The milled carbon powder can be provided in well, of course we do provide a diameters, because basically this powder is milled short carbon fiber, so it still keep the roundness of the fiber, but the length is irrelevant. In fact, it's processed like a powder, and our production capability is about 20 tons per month. But now, as I anticipated, I would like to stress, to give you some examples of what we are doing with those very basic products. The first one is, let's start from the beginning, non-woven. With the non-woven, one of the very first high added value products we developed together with the important partnership is what we call CarboCat 3D. CarboCat 3D has been developed in cooperation with important players, Canon Afros, that provide us the processing technology, the molding systems. Air Concept is a company which does provide to us in partnership tailor-made bio-based epoxy resin for the impregnation. And the results, and Microtex as well, together with us, provide the adjustable non-woven layers. The product we develop is this sheets made out of 64 up to 64 non-woven layers, impregnated by a bio-based epoxy resins. We can adjust, of course, the thickness of these slabs, not the width, but this is the basic starting point. We succeed to prepare these very high performance sheets. This is a very few data about the sheets in terms of loaded braking and the module. And what, as a team, what we were able to develop is a very robust material, is a very performance material, which has, for the purpose of the product I'm going to show you, a very important characteristics. It can be machined, it can be milled, precising milled, and the final application we find out is on the medtech application as dental prosthesis. What we do to came out with the product, it's mill out from these sheets some plates. These plates are then precising manufacturers, precising milled in order to take out our prosthesis, which is then prepared to and coated with the ceramic precursor. And once you get your prosthesis, it can be put in place in service. So this is an example of what I said at the beginning. Innovative Recycling was born as a supplier of non-woven, chopped, and powders. Nowadays, the company has become a partner for developing tailor-made products. This is just an example, and we have distributor for this product, which is already on the market. The applications nowadays on the market of our chopped fibers and our powders are on two main areas. The first one is as represented here in the building sector for cements and adhesive in the building sectors. And the application was developed together with my university. We developed for Innovative Recycle tailor-made sizing that make these carbon chopped fibers and the powders suitable for this application in this building materials. And the big customers we have are playing a lot with this concept of recycled carbon and in this material. And we managed to deliver a material with high added value with a reasonable cost, because in that sector, you may know the price tag it's of huge importance. So the sizing allowed us to make effective compounds, effective composite that our customers nowadays are using effectively. The other application sectors where we managed to get high added value products coming from chopped and powder is tailor-made thermoplastic composites. And in this case, the partnership has been set up with Swiss Industrial Promotion, a company specialized in high added value compounds placed in Grigioni at the north of Bellinzona, 40 minutes from Lugano. So everything is close. And together with Swiss Industrial Promotion and my university, we define a set of high added value compounds delivering conductive, reinforced, flame retardant or master batches with chopped powders. And we define a set of basic products, and then we adjust them following the request of our customers. So in this case, the partnership is of great importance because via the process of Swiss Industrial Promotion, our product arrives on a higher added value. This is won't be a long presentation, so I'm going to close in few slides, in a couple of slides. I would like to take a minute to stress the importances for innovative recycling of what we call innovative clouds. Innovative recycling by itself is a small company providing three main products. But thanks to the partnership we built up in the last years, now we are able to support and to deliver high added value materials. Of course, our business is also selling the very basic products. But as we can see, based on our experience in the last year, a lot of customers came to us asking for our support for developing tailor-made products with some added value. And this is why for us, innovative recycling is so important to have strong partnerships. And the partnership I'm showing in these slides are for sure the core of our activities. All of them are involved in our day-by-day productions and business, but it's for sure part of our evolution to build up always productive and effective partnership when the scenario allows to do that. This is one of our beliefs. We want to do business in this way because we see it this way. It's what is coming back in terms of business opportunities is very important for us. Just a brief look about the future of what is going on in innovative recycling outlooks in the next year and a half or so. We are building up innovative recycling plant in Croatia for treating carbon fiber, which should be one-to-one the one we have here in Switzerland. Our business is growing, our marketing is growing, and we decided to build up that plant in Croatia that should be ready to go, let's say, online by the end of this year. And then we have always in the East Europe a running pyrolytic reactor that was originally thought for treat car flaps. But last year we ran a devoted set of tests in order to use that kind of pyrolytic plants to treat carbon composite. So we would like, and the preliminary results we get are very promising. With those kind of pyrolytic reactors, we should be able in the next year to treat carbon composites, remove the resins, and get the carbon fibers ready for the further processing. So this is an evolution of our business, and it should be ready, as I said, at the end of this year. Two other, let's say, important projects for us is one is related to metal replacements in the naval sectors. We are, let's say, in a preliminary steps with big important contractors to design lightweight large bearing structure made out from our slabs. And the challenge, as you may imagine here, is combine mechanical properties with fire resistance, which is of huge importance in the naval sector for bearing structures. And the other, let's say, project we are running in the background, which is worth to be mentioned, is that we are also working with some Swiss partners to develop a new generation of safety garments based on our non-woven safety garments addressing impact resistance and protection of human being to, let's say, ballistic or stuff like that. I cannot say more about these topics because, as you can imagine, are subject to some non-disclosure agreements and some ongoing discussion. This is the only thing I can say about that. Before closing my presentation, let me stress the most important point for us. Innovative Recycling joined Carbon United Swiss chapter because, as I stressed before, we strongly believe in the partnership. We don't see ourselves as a supplier of raw material. We are, but our business is evolving together with the industrial approach, let's say. And nowadays we are aware that partnership is for us the key, the essential part of our future activities. And we are here in Carbon United to share with us our views and to look forward important and interesting partnership with you for running business together, of course. So I'm just come to the end. So the last slides, thank you for your kind attention. I hope you hadn't fell asleep while I was talking. And of course, I'm available if there are questions. Steve?
Yes, thank you very much, Andrea. So if there are any questions, so please push the raise my hand button, and then we will put you on audio and you can ask your questions. If this doesn't work for any reason, then just write into the chat. So far we don't have any questions.
I've got one here for me.
You got one.
Yes. How many? We start with 56. How left? How many left?
Still 60.
Okay, good. So